Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
Hello, my friends, and thank you for joining us in the third and fourth hour today. We are now simulcasting live at prisonplanet.tv. Not only are we streaming this transmission out of the radio studio live, simulcasting on television, we also archive this for prisonplanet.tv members within a few hours of the show for a download. And so, again, thank you for joining us. This is the first live broadcast of the new year. It is January 2nd, 2009. We have 2 hours left spanning out before us. We've got Bob Chapman, the internationalforecaster.com, with us for the next 20 minutes so we can finish taking your calls from Matt in the UK, Barry in California, Brian in Canada, Kim in Texas, and others. Then I'm going to get into all the hubbub about, does Barack Obama want your guns? The answer is he's voted for an absolute, complete gun ban when he was a state senator in Illinois and when he was a U.S. senator. He supported, of course, the absolute gun ban in D.C., and he calls that reasonable. And so he is the most anti-gun member of the Senate, and we're going to play some clips of Joe Biden and others and their sickening statements coming up later in this hour. But right now, with Bob Chapman, let's go ahead and go back to the calls. Matt in the United Kingdom, you're on the air. Welcome.
Good afternoon, good evening, sir, and a happy gloomy New Year from us in the UK. And hello, Bob. My question is for Bob. You mentioned obviously about high unemployment, obviously in the US. I don't know if you've obviously read the news on Alex's website. Basically, we just lost like 25,000 people from the Woolworths group. I don't know if they've got any in the US. What do you reckon will happen in the UK? Do you reckon that they'll put out UK troops when the people start to realise and riot?
Let me answer that and then have Bob answer it because I don't want to forget this point. They have announced in your major newspapers that they do have the British military ready for civil insurrection with the police, and the police have been drilling with your military quietly for decades. Now publicly that's been on British TV and in the British newspaper. And yes, Woolworths is the international department store chain. Bob Chapman, your comment.
As you've said, this has been going on for a long time. The cordon is getting tighter and tighter in the UK. Unemployment is going up. The pound is under tremendous stress from failures in the banking system. I think it's going to get considerably worse. We cover England and other countries in the international forecaster very thoroughly. And so we have a lot of up-to-date news, and we get letters from people saying, gee, I live in England and I didn't know that, which makes me feel good. But England is really in for trouble, and they have no weapons. They can't fight back. Some of these goofs even want to keep you from carrying a penknife in your pocket. Because they say the criminals are now using... No,
every week I see a story where people break in, they're raping, they're killing, and if somebody pushes a thief out a window or breaks a vase over their head, the police viciously charge them and send them to prison. I mean, what a predatory government where you can't defend yourself, the police can't and won't defend yourself, and they get very upset if a slave even fist fights back. They want the message, you're not allowed to defend yourself, and it's an island country. Look at the globalists, what they just did to Iceland. British banks owned their private central bank and just won't give the people their own deposits, and the people have been rioting successfully there against the private Federal Reserve System.
Now, that's true, and if I was living in England, I would emigrate.
Yeah, I think island nations that don't have a lot of good agriculture because of their northern climes, it is one of the worst places to live, is it not, Bob?
Absolutely. You got too many things working against you.
And you have a giant immigrant population that's been filled with by the establishment with hatred of England, so they can use the immigrant population as a weapon against the indigenous people of Britannia. All right, does that answer your question, Brian? Or
it's Matt. Yeah,
Barry?
Thanks so much, and Happy New Year to you guys.
Yeah, Happy New Year to you. Sorry to give you that news. Stay with us.
Hello, I'm Steve Shank. Many have been afraid they needed their food supplies before the election. The inauguration, not the election, is the deadline given by the Obama insiders for completing your food supplies. Joe Biden and Colin Powell both stated that shortly after the inauguration, possibly the 21st or 22nd of January, the new president would be forced by an international incident to make some unpopular decisions. This functions as an important deadline for getting any food you intend to have. The unpopular presidential decisions will likely affect restriction of transportation and availability of food distribution. Order any remaining food needed no later than 4 weeks before the inauguration to allow for shipping. Late orders cannot be guaranteed delivery by this deadline for disaster. Call 800-409-5633 on the web, efoodsdirect.com. 800-409-5633.
Terror Storm, a history of government-sponsored terror. Loose Change Final Cut. Endgame, Blueprint for Global Enslavement. The True Story of the Bilderberg Group. The Late Great USA. America, Freedom to Fascism. These are just a few of the hundreds of powerful documentary films and books available at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.com. When you visit prisonplanet.com, you can connect to our amazing online store. Whether you're looking for survival and wellness products like Berkey water filters, or you would like a book on the history of the Federal Reserve, we've got the most well-researched and documented titles, all available at prisonplanet.com. Or if you'd like, you can give the InfoWars store a call at 888-253-3139. Or you can view more than 1,000 titles in super high quality right now at prisonplanet.tv. Knowledge is power, and the information you need to effectively wake up your fellow man and fight the New World Order is available right now at truthnews.us and prisonplanet.tv. Join the InfoWar today.
How would you like to save up to 90% on your phone bill? It can be done thanks to Empire One Telecom. EOT offers voice-over IP technology that will allow you to make phone calls from your home or business without the high cost. Take advantage of EOT's most popular plan, which includes unlimited long distance throughout the U.S. and Canada and 360 minutes of international calling for only $19.95 a month. Plus, all calling plans include over 40 special features, including call waiting, caller ID, and three-way calling free. Take your phone number on the road with you thanks to EOT's travel-friendly box. Simply plug your adapter into any internet connection and start making phone calls. It's that easy. So if you have a high-speed internet connection and are ready to dramatically lower your monthly phone bill, choose your plan now at EOTtech.com. That's EOTtech.com. EOTtech.com.
The Genesis Communications Radio Network proudly presents The Alex Jones Show, because there's a war on for your mind.
All right, folks, we're live at prisonplanet.tv on this January 2nd, 2009 edition. Bob Chapman with us for the rest of this segment. I want to go to Barry, Brian, Kim, Scott, Ronnie, James, and others right now. Then I'm going to get into a bunch of other news we haven't detailed yet, and the situation we face with the disarmament of the American people. That's what the military has been quietly trained for decades, and we're now hurtling towards that eventuality. But thank God the people have now discovered this, have now found out about it. They know about Barack Obama's voting record, and they are waking up and buying firearms and ammunition in droves. The gun culture is being revived like the phoenix out of the ashes. And I think if you have courage out there and get the word out, and if the police and military, at least portions of them, stick with the people, we may be able to avert this. But regardless, we're going into the future, and it is going to be a rocky time. Let's go ahead and go back to the calls. Let's go ahead and talk to Brian in Canada. Brian, you are on the air.
Hi, Alex.
Hello.
How are you? Happy New Year.
Happy New Year to you.
Holding up pretty good under Dictator Harper here, all things considered.
That's right. For those that don't know, not only are scores of towns in the United States under 24-hour curfew for the citizens, from Arkansas to Oklahoma to areas in Kentucky, and we played a clip of that on Wednesday for people that didn't believe it from CNN. Up in Canada, for now a month, the Queen has declared basically political martial law. Reuters reported that she basically secretly